Good morning, Joyce.
Morning, Anne.
You want to talk about goodbyes?
Definitely. You're about to say a few of them if you haven't already.
Yeah. And I think it was you that in our groups, you had everyone say goodbye on the last day, right?
Yep.
Can you tell me like why you did that? Because it was really transformational.
Well, I think that there has been a lot of ghosting for adoptees, that, that first move was usually very abrupt, and there wasn't a lot of chance to say goodbye. And maybe the second move was the same if we were in an interim place. And so I just think it's really important to honor and pay attention to the shift. It's like I always think of it as sort of like commencement.
Mm,
It's an ending, but it's a beginning, and it really it deserves attention.
mm, I love that. It does. It's an honoring.
The other thing is, I was thinking about this a lot. I think you wrote something that sparked this in me. And it's something I have thought about a lot. And actually, I just talked about it with a client. Um, we seem to forget what the difference is with goodbye. We didn't have a goodbye
Mm,
beginning. We just had an end,
mhm.
a shift, a
Mhm.
change. And just the word goodbye has good in it. It's how to do
Mhm.
it in the right way, how to honor the change. And it's a change. It's for many people, even if someone's dying, you're not saying I'll never see you again, because you see them in different ways. You see them in your memories, you see them in your dreams, you have a connection to them. So the format changes, the situation changes, the person changes form in your mind or in your heart, but they don't go away completely. And I
Mhm.
think figuring out how to have good goodbyes is really important, and it's a lesson that people benefit from when they learn it.
Mm. Oh, that's fascinating. I never separated the two words, good and bye. I never thought about the fact that the word good was in there.
Yeah,
All
it
I
is.
heard was
And
bye.
it's meant um, to be a good shift and a good change and a good gift to each other, that permission to be different than we are now in whatever situation that is. Um,
Oh, that is fascinating. Wow. Yeah, that's so great. It's so then it does become an art,
mhm.
like an art of making it a really beautiful and meaningful. Oh, you know, something just occurred to me that so when I live in a very, very tiny place, and so my computer's by my front door, and I usually have my front door open, and it's right, my neighbor's door is right there. So we see each other all the time. And you can probably hear me. And our relationship was dear to me because I didn't know many people in Santa Cruz, so it was just nice to have someone to say hi to. But he's older, and he's married, and he's flirtatious, and he just keeps crossing the line, and I keep telling him, that's too much, but it hasn't altered over the year. And I was thinking when I leave that I am not going to say goodbye to him because he's going to try to hug me. And I've been thinking about it a lot because it's going to look like ghosting. It's going to look like I disappeared. And I was thinking that maybe one reason sometimes adoptees do ghost, it's a boundary issue. Like they
Mhm.
let things in the relationship go to places that they're uncomfortable with. And so to leave without saying goodbye is a way of punishing the other person or showing that the relationship wasn't as honorable as they were pretending it was. And I don't feel in my heart, well, actually, that's not true. I have to think of how to create a good, actually, what it would be is if I have a good goodbye with him, is to not hug.
Right. Well, you could figure out how to create that.
Yes, exactly. Then it's skillful.
Yeah, to set your boundary and
Mhm,
say, you know, we're about to say goodbye because I'm
mhm,
moving on. And one of the ways that I prefer to do that is through words.
mm,
No, no interaction other than
mm. I love that because it's also deeply respectful of what we did have in our relationship without me having to sort of sell myself to keep things equanimous. That's a good buy.
yes, yeah.
Uh, do you have any goodbye stories where you some like that are meaningful to you?
Well, I keep thinking, I just spoke with a client a couple of days ago, and her adoptee, whose birth mother is dying. And, it's hard enough losing people the first time in the way that we do, but then losing them the second time is very
Mm,
hard. So we talked about we talked about goodbyes, that there was no goodbye the first time, that it was, because of other people they were separated, and
mhm,
and she was placed for adoption. And so now this time she gets to have a good goodbye. She
mm,
really, both of them do. They get to see each other, to say whatever they need to say, to take whatever they need to keep. Mementos don't have to be physical. They can be
mhm,
thoughts or prayers or memories, or, they can be spirit. So I think it will be great for her to be able to do that. And yeah, I think goodbyes are complicated.
mhm. Yeah, because we truly, the most important goodbye perhaps is the mother and child, that early goodbye. And it generally, we don't have a ritual or some kind of um, ritual. And just recently, I had a session with my life coach about leaving California and goodbyes. And somehow it came up that like I'm still attached to my birth mother, but it was like her body was dead and it was kind of, I was dragging it. And so Katie walked me through this thing where I cut the chain between us. And she said, she's a spirit, like in spirit, she's there, she's supporting you, but this, you're dragging the past behind you. And she said, would you like to bury it somewhere? Like the cord that was connecting you. And so in my mind, I picked this place in the woods that I go every day. And I went and I buried the heaviness and so now I know the spot. So now when I walk bird past it, I can say both hello and goodbye at the same time because we have been officially separated. So I did say goodbye by planting kind of her dead body in the cord that separated us. But then I get to see, I imagine this tree that grew from it. Um, and my
It's
brain just needed a story to latch onto to show the goodbye.
that's why we have rituals.
Mhm,
Every religion, every culture has rituals around the most important things, around birth, around death, around marriage, around childbirth. I mean, all of these things have rituals attached to them and ceremonies, and for a reason. And
mhm,
so I think it's always helpful to create your own ceremony, your own ritual, if there isn't one in place for you. And
mhm,
that's what you did.
mhm,
Sounds
mhm, mhm. Yeah. I love that. Goodbye. You just changed my life by separating those 2 words.
No, it's people don't notice it. It's,
Oh,
you
because
know,
you hear bye,
yeah,
and you just change the emphasis to the word good.
yeah. It's a different, it's a different leaving. It isn't, and isn't permanent.
Oh,
You mean it to be.
right, 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 which is another kind of
Yep,
goodbye, right?
exactly.
Wow. I feel like this is a good place to wrap up unless is there anything else? That was beautiful.
No, I think it's a
Yeah.
great place to wrap up.
Well, gosh, Joyce, I think in a week and a half or 2 weeks, I'll be saying hello. Right after your birthday, I'll be saying hello to you.
That would be great.
Yeah. Okay, take care of yourself today.
Okay, goodbye.
Okay. Well, first, I have to figure out how to stop the recording. Goodbye.